So how many times has this happened to you? You are ready for the big boss fight. The hobgoblin walks in, black armor, great horrific axe ready to roll. The lich raises up her hands and arcane energy crackles. The dragon lands ready to take a seat. The monkey warlord gives his fantastic speech. I am Bastardo, king of the bastard monkeys, and now all of you humans are subject to monkey law. And then the fight happens and I shoot it with a lightning bolt. 30 damage. I hit it with my crossbow. I hit it twice. I get it 35 damage. What do? I run up and attack him and I'm raging and I'm 37 damage. And he's only got 100 hit points, so, then the rogue. Oh, I crit, backstab, bang. Bang, dead. How do you stop an anticlimactic boss fight? How do you make a boss fight more interesting? I have a quick cheat. Now, it has to be quick because I'm actually a bit busy this week because the edits of my new novel have come in. So, got to focus on that. More on that soon because I will advertise it to you. Alright. I take boss mechanics from MMO video games. Now, specifically MMO video games because an MMO, massively multiplayer online, you probably know this. It is a video game that is designed to, at least in part, replicate the tabletop role-playing game experience. You tend to work in small groups of about 5, sometimes 10, sometimes 20, sometimes 40, and you engage bosses regularly. You can engage, like 18 a night if you like. They tend to happen in small contained spaces, and they're not one-to-one with how a D&D game works, but nevertheless there are a lot of good ideas that you can steal from an MMO boss because they stole from us first, so keep the cycle of stealing both ways. Now the thing about them is that because you've got to keep them fresh and interesting, these MMO boss fights, they have a lot of mechanics, and some of these mechanics can be quite useful to us. Some of them are not. You have to be careful. You have to pick which ones you want to use because the experience of an MMO boss fight is that it lasts 2 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. You can die and just start again. It's not a big deal. So get rid of all instant mechanics, instant death mechanics. Get rid of all you lose your character for a long time mechanics. And let's focus on the ones that we know work. First, probably the best one known, don't stand in the fire. Patches of the ground become deadly. Perhaps the Goblin King's friends start throwing Molotov cocktails at you while you're fighting. Perhaps the Shadow Dragon breathes and the evil shadows stay on the ground. And if you are forced into them, if you are forced into the fire, whatever the fire may be, you take a lot of damage. It's simple. And when you're moving, you're not attacking, and it provides a terrain difficulty that the players must account for in their tactics. Fear or mind control. Works a little bit differently in most MMOs. It tends to mean that you lose control of your character who runs in a random direction for 5-10 seconds. Same with mind control. Suddenly you attack the party, so the party has to take you out of commission for a few seconds. High risk, high reward. Be careful with these tactics. Players can be cool with it for like a round or two, but make sure that's a player who's mature and is going to handle this with aplomb and grace. Combine both of these attacks with a knockback, which is exactly what it sounds like. Your character goes flying through the air, or a knock forward, pull forward. Very handy again to bring a PC towards a source of danger, or to push them back towards a source of danger, or to defeat their tactics. You can really mess with a healer or a ranged fighter this way. I had a lot of success with this. I had a boss who had a huge chain on a hook. Grab the player, pull it towards, and there's a trap waiting. There's a big buzzsaw. Really freaked him out. I hated it. Loved it. Partial immunity. Something is making the boss invulnerable. Maybe it's a familiar, maybe it's a crystal that's giving them a force field, maybe while they stand on the pentagram, no mortal weapon can hurt them, maybe while the black moon is in the sky, they cannot be killed and its light shines upon them. So the players can't just kill this boss, it's just not going to happen. So they need to either lure the boss away from that source of immunity, maybe there is a certain weapon and only that kind of weapon can damage them. You need to either give that a prophecy, only the cannons of the ship of fools can destroy it, something like that. But the idea is that players can't just solve this problem with a knife and with a sword. If you are going to use this boss, sometimes players can get a little bit frustrated. Like, well, this isn't fair. Just tell them, well, there's a way. Figure it out. It's a puzzle. They'll be right. Aura of damage. Standing near the boss, you automatically take damage. Perhaps they've got a force field. Perhaps they're standing on something that's projecting, radiating outwards. Perhaps they're just, they're a gaseous entity and being near it hurts you automatically. Same thing, anything, but being near it will cause you physical damage. Maybe you can save for half. That would represent dodging and whatever. It's rough on melee. Surely is. So reverse it. Say that outside the boss there's this energy that's going to hurt people. So you're ranged and your spellcasters need to come in close to the boss. Gives the healers, if you've got a party with a dedicated healer, they're going to be quite busy because everyone's always taking damage. People are going to have to look after themselves maybe. Give it a go. And it can create quite a unique and stressful boss to fight. Charged up, powerful attacks. Like a power attack. The old feat. Give the boss its hell. Smashing, the dragon breathing in, the eyes turning red. If the players are caught near this, just tell them you will take massive damage if you are caught by this attack. So that they will have to run away, come back, or put their shield up, or use their protective powers. Really let them know that this is a big climactic moment within the fight and you need to be careful. And you should only do it once or twice, but it can be pretty fun to watch people go, oh, bugger, and just get the hell out of dodge. Also, consider having a fight in stages, This isn't even my final form, that sort of stuff. The cave collapses and you are now in a hideous series of tunnels. The boss transforms, you thought that you were fighting a witch, but guess what? She's a dragon and she's transformed. The robot takes off its skin to reveal it was always undead. I don't know, something like that. Either a change of location or a growth in scope of the villain's powers is always useful. They call it in MMOs, it's just phase. Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3 is usually how a 25-man boss goes. Keeps it fresh and keeps players on their toes. Other techniques include adds at certain points during the fight. Powerful and useful attackers come in and join the boss. Maybe they're reinforcements, maybe it summons out demons from hell. These adds are there specifically to target ranged players and healers. Keep the pressure on them. You also want to pay attention to locations if you can, so that you can plot a few of these things out. What is that artifact that's keeping them invincible? Where are the adds coming from? Just put a bit of effort in. Make it a set piece. Now, if you're like me and you're not very good at these video games, or you just don't care, or you whatever, they all have wikis. They all have YouTube videos that you can look at. You can understand the tactics quite easily. There's World of Warcraft, there's Guild Wars 2, there's Elder Scrolls Online, there's Black Desert. Anyway, there's loads of them that you can have a look at, loads to draw on, loads of cool games. I got to get back to work. Thank you very much. I'm Reed. This is Crowland Publishing. I think I forgot to say that at the beginning. Please do like, please do share, and please do subscribe. Bye.